Hello everyone, Something Duck 2, welcome to another mod overview, this time on that future mod, Glow Squid, Axolotl, Moobloom, and more. So yeah, pretty much obviously what its goal is to include the Glow Squid and a few other mobs for 117. So yeah, we'll just sort of take a look at some of the bits and pieces here. Most of it is a focus, I think, on the Glow Squid for the most part, but there is obviously some Moobloom and Axolotl inclusion, as you can see here. Most of the Moobloom, I think, the Axolotl doesn't seem to be yet. Anyway, so yeah, we'll just go with the Glow Squid, which looks like so, and that was probably a good idea because they immediately suffocate, it seems. They do have a lot of health though. They don't drop much. So let's just try with what each mob does first, and then we'll see. So if we attack you, we get a glow ink sac, as well as we get glowing blindness 2 and blindness 2 for a bit. I don't know if that means we can get rid of it with milk, but I do have that effect, pretty much I assume when you attack them. So this is what it looks like. It's not exactly, I mean, it's kind of similar to the nausea effect when it just shows the green around it. When you set the following to, not in this one, or somewhere, but yeah, that's what it pretty much seems like. Try milk and see if that gets rid of it. My guess is it will, but anyway. So what do we got here now? Anything? Nothing. Does it count? Doesn't count for that item. Doesn't count for anything else, does it? Do I need water or something to get rid of it? I don't think so. I need like a glow whatchamacallit to benefit in a way? I have no idea. Either way, we'll just try what we can here, I guess. Well, this is where spawn is, isn't it? No, not exactly. Anyway, we'll just get what we can. So, we've got our stuff on us, so that's fine. So once you get a glowing sac, you can use it for blocks such as glowing terracotta, glow concrete powder, glow concrete powder with a different means of making the recipe, glass panes and glass blocks. Just spawn these in and take a look at what they offer. There's also wool apparently, which has no recipe, concrete powder there, concrete which you've converted I assume, glazed terracotta after smelting it, and that's that. Just take a look at what this looks like. It's not bad. Got obviously the terracotta, like so. Got the wool. Got concrete powder. I should test this with water and see if it actually does work. Yes, so it does convert. Cool. Just wanted to make sure. So we already know what that's like, having converted it. And then we have our glazed terracotta, like so, and our stained glass. And we can't pick it up. So yeah, it's pretty much just going to act like you typically would expect with certain blocks. Okay, so moving on, now that we've done that, we'll see what else there is. So that's most of the mod there. We've got the effect, which we know we can not make, at least, but we can make into the other stuff that we were able to. You'd probably have to use Craftwig or something for that. But otherwise you can get the effect, I assume, and it's probably intended that you use a glow ink sac, maybe, for the potion recipe, I assume. That would be probably my guess. Otherwise, though, we'll go to the Moobloom next. So what have we got here? We've got you just doing that. Is it that if I give you a flower, for example, or is it just shearing you? What are buttercups? Okay, buttercups maybe do appear in the world. Right-clicking you doesn't do much, I think. I'm just placing it, basically. Yeah. So if I shear you, my guess is that we'll just get buttercups or something. Yes, I guess we get some buttercups after shearing them. At least 1 or 2, probably up to 3-ish or something, similar to wool or mushrooms. With that, you've got buttercups giving use for suspicious stew for a specific type, we'll find out. You can use them for dandelion yellow if you don't have dandelions around. And you've got a helmet, which gives you 0.2 armor toughness and 1 armor. along with leather, Moobloom horns, apparently, which I should get from harvesting the cow. Where did you go? Probably escaped by the time. Yeah, okay. So we need to obviously spawn in another one, because we can't do this with a normal cow. So let's see. What is the drop rate on the horns? Not much, probably. So we're just going to try... I don't think you get it by shearing them, probably. And it seems the hitbox is down there, too, which is interesting. Does that need to be... No? Maybe it's just me. No? Okay, so I am hitting through them. Yeah, so maybe it is a bit lower. It's still possible to probably hit them, but it's mostly more lower down. Nothing. Okay. Maybe you do have to do it some other way. Let's see, Moobloom, horn. There is no mention of it. Okay, so is it in the glow shroom mention apparently? Well, there's no axolotls even either, so not surprised. The helmet just makes this look interesting. And we'll just find out how much durability it has as well, which will get a cactus and some sand, and that'll tell us. And it has 110, so yeah. So I'm assuming if you need an option for protection or something early on with leather besides the other one, the leather cap it is, I think, which is in comparison 55, and you've got that as an option. Doesn't give you that much more protection than the other, but if you want it for, I guess, decoration or some type of other purpose, then you can. And we'll just test the bowls and see what they give us. So we want to go out of peaceful into normal, nothing attacking us there. We'll get our other cactus over there that I forgot existed. So we need... With the buttercup bowl you can't make it, but the suspicious stew you can. Oh right, you just use a bowl on them, don't you? Why was I not thinking that? Oh, great, what am I getting attacked by? No, thank you, I don't need this right now. Times a day. Yes, thank you. Go away, I've got a sword, yes. I think you used it until now. Moobloom. This bowl, how did I forget that was a thing? Can I... Oh, okay, so that takes all the bowls. Good to know, best to separate them, I'd say, if you don't want to have all your wood wasted. So yeah, that's clearly a bug. There's no bucketing either, it is just a bowl? Yes, okay. So no buttercup milk, obviously, because that doesn't exist in the mod, or another way to get the bowl, possibly. Anyway, the bowl itself gives us 5, and regeneration for a few seconds. Let's wait for this to go down. And the suspicious stew itself gives us 3 there, and regeneration 2. So it's basically the same thing, just with a bit more in crafting. But that seems to be it, for the most part, that I can work out. Horns, just for that, everything else is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, the blindness doesn't technically affect you other than just being blinded. But, yeah. Now, I don't know if they actually spawn naturally yet. My guess is maybe, but I'd mostly just go off treating this as like a concept of like, the content exists, play around with it and see what happens. But for the most part, it's still, you know, being worked on, obviously. But if you want to check it out, then you can. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.